What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but I had to take a break because school came back, and I was so happy to let you guys know that I finally earned my associate's degree. Today I'm going to be talking about my college journey and the fun that I had with my classes and the grades that I got. So let's dive in.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
I'm going to show you a bunch of the classes that I took. So I'm going to have the degree plan laid out in front of you, as you can see right now. And I'm going to go through the classes and how I felt about taking them and go through my journey. My first semester was all about getting my foot in the door. So I haven't done anything related to my major. It was a lot of classes that were like English composition, calculus, engineering student, and a bunch of classes that were introducing us to computer science. I remember when I first started, I was so nervous about starting college, and the first class that I was so nervous about was differential calculus. Differential calculus was actually one of the easier classes that I took. Now that I'm in the upper level, in the upper division classes, I felt like, looking back, calculus was actually fun to do. It made sense and everything fell into pieces together, and I wasn't really super confused about what I had to take or what the topics were. So it was actually a pretty good experience. By the end of the semester, I got a C+ in differential calculus, and I felt like I was starting to find my rhythm. Honestly, the first semester went pretty good. It taught me a lot about managing my time, figuring out what kind of learner I am. In the beginning of those classes, they make you take a quiz, and they actually ask you questions to see what side of their brain do you use most. So there's the right side of your brain, and then there's the left side of your brain. The right side is responsible for more creative endeavors, and the left side of your brain is more logical and mathematical. For me, when I took that test, I realized that I was a right brainer, so I was more creative, which explains why I have this channel for some reason. There were so many learning techniques, and I've learned to acquire the Pomodoro technique, which actually lets you study for 50 minutes and then take a 15-minute break, and then go again and study for 15 minutes and take a 15-minute break. That technique was so crucial in order to help me stay on task and tackle many long hours of studying. So in the fall term, you want to choose a PAC class also, which is a physical activity class that you indulge in for any kind of sport. So I chose archery because that's something that I've never done before, and I was really interested in trying to figure out what kind of sport that is, and because you never see it on television or anything, so I just thought about trying it out, and that was pretty cool. It was 1 credit, so it only lasted for about like 50 minutes twice a week, and I got that credit. So yeah, archery was pretty good. Going into the second semester, I should probably call them terms, because I transferred from Arizona State University over to Oregon State University. So a lot of my credits transferred over from a semester system to a term system. The difference between a semester system and a term system is that in Arizona, you have 2 semesters every year, and those counted for the fall and the spring. However, for Oregon State, it actually starts from fall, winter, and spring. So there's 3 terms instead of 2, which was the difference between Arizona State and Oregon State. So fast forward to my second semester, and things started to get a little more intense. Fast forward to my second and third term, I had to take classes like discrete math, computation engineering, and biology. One of the toughest classes that I faced was discrete math. I remember struggling with mathematical induction, and I spent hours in the library. I was literally living in the library, because the moment I leave the library and go back to my house, then it felt like the work has gone away. So staying in the library allowed me to actually stay engaged with other students and engage into really intellectual conversations, and that helped me stay on top of it. But I was spending so much time in the library. I would start at 8 a.m. and leave the library at 10 p.m., which is when it closes down and they ask people to leave. On the flip side, I really enjoyed biology. I really love it out of all the 3 sciences, which were physics, biology, or chemistry. I really like things that are living. I find them very interesting. and learning more about them actually is very therapeutical. And then I went into my second year, and that's when I got my introduction to computer science, which is what my degree was about. And the intro class I thought was really interesting. I really loved the idea of teaching a computer a program and then have it do exactly what you do, which is really tough to do with other people. Like, you can tell a human to do something, but maybe they will do it, maybe they won't. But with a computer, you're 100% sure that whatever you tell it to do, it will do. And then in the winter term, I had to take assembly language and data structures. So assembly language was one of those classes where I was actually struggling to understand, because you go from a high level of like running programs on an EDE and to a lower level, which is like pretty close to the actual hardware of the machine and actually typing in code. And I remember like sitting down and drinking Monster energy drinks, trying to understand how to take and understand the concepts in that book. I spent so much time in tutoring that when the time came to take the final, I was so ready to take it. And when I took it, I ended up getting a B- in that class. So I was super happy I passed it. So now it's behind me, and I haven't even used it anywhere in my life because it is just so outdated. I don't know why they still require you to take that class, because it just doesn't make sense for anybody to code in that way. But if we were in the 1980s, maybe that would have been a good idea. But we're in the 21st century. A lot of the programming languages that we use are Python, Java, and assembly language just seems like nobody will use it. But it's good to understand it, just because it'll allow you to write better programs because you know how the registers in the computer work. So yeah, by the end of my second year, we ended up going with technical writing and web development, along with intro to computer networks. And those classes were so nice. I was so happy to take them. Web development allowed me to work on website like a tic-tac-toe game, and then like a music services website. And I really learned what I thought was necessary in order to kind of interact with the browsers and interact with other users besides me. And with that, I ended up getting my associate's degree. Now, obviously, I kept going. I'm going for my bachelor's at the moment. So in the third year, I ended up taking operating systems, software engineering 1, software engineering 2, and introduction to databases and social and ethical issues in computer science. Those were really nice classes that enriched my brain and made me really stimulated, so that when I woke up every day, I felt like I had something nice to do. And it was actually a great experience to go through. Looking back at my associate's degree, it has really taught me so many things. It taught me so much more than just academics. I learned how to ask for help, not to wait until you're stuck on something. So you would go and ask about it before you actually go and wait and get stuck on that problem. If I could give one piece of advice to anybody who's watching this video, I would say do not let one grade drag you down. There were a couple classes that I took during the journey that I got a really bad grade in, and don't let that class, define you or make it the rhythm for the next classes you take. Always start with a new, fresh mind, and always let yourself know that, hey, if I spend enough time and set my mind to it, I'll be able to understand it. So yeah, now that I earned my associate's degree, I'm going to keep going for my bachelor's. And honestly, moving forward, I think it's such a great milestone to celebrate. And if you're on your college journey, please keep going. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and a comment down below letting me know how your college journey went. So I will probably post another update of how I am going to get my bachelor's, but this is just my associate's degree, so it's just one milestone on the road. Also, let me know if you want any specific details about it. I'll be more than happy to share. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. It's Sabri. Peace.